2.2 Purpose Cycle. Make explicit and implied purpose statements translate into OKRs, objective key results you can execute. Dr. Miles Monroe, bishop, author, and scholar, wrote, "Purpose doesn't make life easy, it makes life possible. What you are and how you are was predetermined by why you are." If, for instance, XYZ FinTech Corporation has the vision, we will deliver mobile financial solutions to our customers' fingertips. Their mission statement could be XYZ FinTech eases customers' payment options to relieve them of financial insecurity and stress. What would be the implied purpose of XYZ FinTech? Perhaps create consumer centric software that expedites transactions without getting hacked, lost, or stolen. So, we're going to take this implied purpose statement and actually use what's called the Distill Flow Feedback Probe log, or DFFP cycle log, and we're actually going to start creating a work product from implied purpose statements. It's a really powerful way to get working quickly on what your company really expects from you and to do it on a daily basis. So, in a planning way, we take implied purpose and we actually put it in the purpose category for our DFFP cycle log. So, purpose number one would obviously be the most important purpose. Purpose number two would be second most. Purpose three would be the third most. We capture purpose implied purpose statements in the purpose law in the purpose column, and we say that these particular implied purpose statements can be accomplished between 1 and 3 months. That is the cadence in which we expect to be able to deliver that single implied purpose. It could be longer, it could be shorter, but in general, we want to capture implied purpose between 1 to 3 months at a time. We also use the column to prioritize, and we want to be consistent as we prioritize. So in other words, there's only one number one purpose, only one number two, only one number three. So prioritization and sequencing is obvious. So it does require decision making. OKRs, objectives and key results, are compressed when it comes to planning our first pass DFFP cycle log. The simple reason why is because there's a lot to think about, and compressing OKRs initially makes life a little bit easier. We want to capture OKRs in chunks that we think we can execute between 1 to 2 weeks. In our example here, if our implied purpose is create customer-centric software that expedites transactions without getting hacked, lost, or stolen, OKR 1 could be expedite phone to point of sale for a money transfer from 3 seconds to perhaps 10 milliseconds. OKR 2 could be harden 100% of the point of sale money transfer against near field communication hacks from nearby threat actors with devices. OKR 3 could be reinforce the validation protocol point of sale receipt of money from phone to triple check 100% of funds received. If we send the money, we'll want to make sure that the receiver received the money. That's fairly important. This is first pass. So purpose statement could be delivered within 1 to 3 months. OKR statements can be delivered between 1 to 2 weeks. And we are now ready to move to a full planning artifact. The planning artifact looks like this. And so we have purpose statements associated with OKRs that go on and on until that particular purpose statement it has been defined enough to be executed and delivered over that 1 to 3 month period. And so we capture the OKRs as well as the acceptance tests associated that we would actually need to do to execute that particular OKR. So acceptance test driven development 1.1.1 would be a test that we would actually have to either write the work, do the work, or write the code to actually expedite the phone point of sale money transfer from 3 seconds to 10 milliseconds. Now, in practice, it would probably take dozens of acceptance tests, even just for that particular OKR. So we would have ATDD 1.1.1 all the way through 1.1, probably .12.14.20 even. But we just capture those acceptance tests in association, in prioritization, priority order, in alignment with that OKR. The same with OKR 2 and ATD 1.2.1, OKR 3, ATD 1.3.1, and etc. Purpose 2 obviously is the second most implied purpose that you associate with your work. So purpose statement 2, implied purpose statement 2 would be captured, and then its associated OKRs, which can be delivered on a 1 to 2 week basis, etc. Go ahead, pause here. Let's take at least 3 implied purpose statements that you've hopefully already captured, and if not, let's go ahead and start doing those now. Take your 3 implied purpose statements and take at least 3 OKRs for those implied purpose statements per implied and purpose statement. And let's go ahead and capture those in your Miro board. Okay?